Today is another beautiful autumn day in Tokyo. It's near the end of November now, and the autumn trees are starting to shed all of their leaves. So the plan today is to go around to some different places in Tokyo where you can really experience the feeling of autumn, see some beautiful autumn colored trees. In Japan, they have this word koyo, which means specifically the color of the autumn leaves. I was talking to a colleague at work about it today. I was saying my plan after work is, in Japanese, koyo mini ikimasu, which means literally go to look at the autumn leaves. And she laughed and said it was funny, even though she lives in Tokyo and she's Japanese, she'd never had the thought to specifically go out and look at the autumn colors. I think coming from Australia, we don't really feel the seasons as distinctly as they do here in Japan. And that's one of the things I love about being here in Japan. Whether it's summer, autumn, winter, or spring, each season has its own distinct feeling, its own characteristics. It is a bit harder to get a sense of that when you're living in Tokyo, in the heart of the city, but there are plenty of parks, there is access to nature, you don't have to go too far, and even cycling down busy streets on main roads like this one, you can see these autumn colored trees along the side of the main road. I'm not too familiar with this side of the city. Definitely get the vibe that it's more of a business and office district, bit of an industrial area. Not really the kind of place I would like to live, but it's interesting riding through, seeing the different localities of Tokyo. Here I'm riding through one of the main streets of Ginza, which in my opinion is a pretty overrated area of Tokyo. There's not much to see unless you're into designer brands and shopping. Scenes like this, I think, are very Tokyo-esque. Riding underneath train overpasses as the bullet train goes across on top. Pretty cool to see. I've arrived now at the garden in front of the Imperial Palace, not far from Tokyo Station. It's quite a well-known area for tourists to come and visit. This is my first time coming here during the autumn. I wanted to check it out. This pathway lined on each side with trees looked very picturesque, especially with the skyscrapers in the background. Very interesting contrast. Heaps of people out today taking photos. Originally, I had brought my Nikon F3 film camera along and took a bunch of photos as well. Some photos that I thought would turn out really good. But unfortunately, I messed up in the development process and ended up exposing the roll of film to light, ruining the entire roll of photos. At first I was really pissed off at myself that I let some stupid mistake like that happen. But then I realized it's not a big deal. There'll be plenty of photos to take of things in the future. It did make me think about the impermanence of life. Not to get too deep all of a sudden, but it made me think about my attachment to the film that I'd lost, and that in the end it doesn't really matter, because like the leaves on the autumn trees, we will also wither and die eventually. Better to just enjoy the present moment and experience it while we can. Anyway, this is my main destination for today, Koishikawa Korakuen. It's a traditional Japanese garden in the heart of Tokyo. This is my first time coming here. I've always wanted to visit, and apparently autumn is one of the best times to visit. Although I lost all of my film photos that I took, I'm happy that I could capture images of this park on video. Some really beautiful landscapes in here, and I highly recommend it to anyone who's visiting Tokyo. I could have spent way more time at the garden, but it was starting to get late. I needed some extra energy for the ride home though, so I decided to stop at a nearby coffee shop. Found it randomly on Google Maps. Haven't been here before. It's called Rec Coffee. It's right next to the riverside, if you would call this a river. I went for a latte and a piece of fig pie. The pie was really good. The latte, just okay. Fueled up, ready for the ride back home. There's something somber about riding a bike at nighttime in Tokyo, especially when you're listening to lo-fi remixes of your favorite JRPGs. Bonus points if you know what this one's from.